All right, we're here with another Captain A video battle report. This time we have Space Marines, the Dragon Masters, versus the Eldar and Dark Eldar with a Far Seer Council, Wave Serpents, all the bad stuff. Those guys, those blue Space Marines are proxying as Warp Spiders, we're just trying some things out. We're playing Guardian Cut Mission 1, practicing kill points. Right now he is going first, and I'm going to try to seize the initiative on the camera. Here we go. It is a 2. It is DEldar, turn 1. Alright, we're at bottom of turn 1. Seer Council got everything off, moving up. Playing it a little safe right now. He moved a bunch of things up and fired. Overall, not too bad. Could have been worse. Lost one of the Thunderfire cannons and lost one of the Centurions. But that was about it. Made a bunch of cover saves here, armor saves here. Pretty good first turn. He's moving up. We're on to my turn 1. Really good first turn for the Dragon Masters, but the game is far from over. Let's see. The attack bikes took out one Venom. Bike Squad took out the other Venom. Centurions took off 2 whole points and shook the Wave Serpent over there. Orbital Bombardment penetrated both, but he made one cover save, but didn't make the cover save and blew up the other Ravager. And Thunderfighter kind of whiffed, but did end up killing one guy. And the big news is that they Warp Spiders are pinned, which was pretty good. We're on to bottom. All right, bottom of 2. Got all those powers off here, even though Grizzly Trophies were gone in the Venoms. Cabalite Warriors came in. One is still off the table. It was a great turn for me because he blew all of his shooting into this Bike Squad, and I just made a ridiculous amount of armor saves and only took one more wound on a Centurion. So these both have a wound. I'm just trying to figure out what to do about this Seer Council staring me in the face. Alright, so bottom of turn 2, bracing for the charge over here from the Seer Council. That's nothing has affected them. Haven't really shot at them, just trying to ignore them basically, going for kill points. My bikes came on. One of my scouts and the Legion of the Damned came on. Legion of the Damned killed the Fire Prism. The bikes went inside the building and took out 1 or 2 of the Warp Spiders. Flamer bikes took some shots at the Warp Spiders and killed 1. Heavy Bolter Attack Squad killed 4 of the Cabalite Warriors over there. He went to ground. Didn't help him out all that much. Just kind of bracing for what's going to happen next to the Seer Council. Alright, we're at the bottom of 3? Bottom of 3. Seer Council came over here, trying to take out both these guys, but he got pretty unlucky. Killed 1 Bike Squad that was in there. Only managed to kill 4 of the Legion of Damned over there, and 4 of the bikes over here who ran back, but not far enough to run away. And then he charged my attack bikes, and I just made a stupid amount of saves, and then hit and ran out as white scars. And looking to see what's going to happen on top of 4. Alright, bottom of 3. I shot into a little bit and charged the Seer Council with my bikes. He killed 1 guy, and he made all of his invul saves from the Tech Marine that had joined the combat and the Thunderfire or the Thunder Hammer. So these guys stuck. He ran. The Heavy Bolter attack bikes killed off the 1 guy over there in the building. This lone bike killed off one of those guys, but they made their test. And then the scouts and the Legion of the Damned assaulted those Dire Avengers and got stuck in combat. And these guys came on and killed 1 guy from the other Dire Avenger squad. So on the top 4. Alright, we're at the top of 4.
No, that was really
Bottom, top of.
So it'll be bottom of 4.
So that was the top of 4.
Correct.
That was the top of 4. He killed off a lot of my bikes. Killed off 3 of them, but I held in combat and failed to hit and run. Attack bikes lost 3 wounds and fled, broke. They'll regroup. The lone bike that was here was killed. Scouts over there took some casualties but held. And I won combat over there by 1, but held as well. Going on to my turn. Alright, bottom of 4, moving on to 5, next turn. Big mess here, killed off one of my bikes, made all of his invul saves, but the Baron, who got accepted a challenge from the Chapter Master, is dead. Centurions moved out, fired over into one of these Wave Serpents and whiffed. I cleaned out one of the Dire Avenger squads, but I lost one of my Scout squads as well, and attempted to shoot and charge that one lone guy, but he is A-okay. Going on to... Alright, we're on top of 5. Combat over here. Did 2 wounds to the Chapter Master. Tech Marine ran, Chapter Master held, but he hit and ran out. I lost 1 Centurion to Wave Serpent fire. Over here, attack bike is holding strong, nothing can kill him. And slap fight over there with the Scouts on the Dire Avengers. Going on to my bottom. Alright, this is bottom turn 5. We got a call here for time. Couldn't do nothing to the Seer Council, but he killed the other Tech Marine. I was able to kill off another guy over there with the tech bike, and I guess we didn't do that at combat over there, but it's kind of pointless. Right now I'm up about 8-4, so it looks like a Space Marine win for this game. Bloody, but great game. This is Captain A with some tactics thoughts. So going into this game, I was playing against a Seer Council. A Seer Council list that I hadn't really played against much at all. Heard a lot on the internet. My opponent's been playing it a lot at our game store, but the one chance we had to play, he wasn't able to make it that night, and so I haven't really played against it. It is... If you don't have the right tools for it, can be such a crazy, powerful unit. I felt going into the game that my best strategy, like I've heard from other people, is just to ignore it, to not put my shots into it, and to just let it be and try and tie it up if I needed to. I was really curious how my Chapter Master would do against the unit, given that he wouldn't be getting armor saves or cover saves, just as invul save. Granted, it's fortuned most of the time, but I ended up getting to see how that all worked out. So, going into the game, my opponent got first turn. He kind of castled up, was predominantly in one corner, so I counter-deployed in the opposite corner. And there wasn't night fighting the first turn. He went first and didn't do much to me at all that first turn. I got some good armor saves on my bikes that he shot at, but what he did do obviously was power up his Seer Council, getting off Fortune, Shrouding, a bunch of other powers that he had. Increased weapon skill, increased armor save. So he had a 2-up armor save and a 2-up cover save. My first turn was pretty nice. I was able to take out both Venoms that he was using their Grizzly trophies to reroll any psychic leadership tests, since they allow you to reroll leadership tests for his Seer Council. I figured that I need to get rid of those first off, and I just hate Venoms. They're so annoying. So I was able to take out both Venoms and one of his Wave Serpents. Going into it, I think his biggest mistake was that he didn't push the Seer Council towards me sooner.
because I was able to rack up and focus fire everything that I could on his other units, and kind of make that the kill point distance, because it was a kill point game, much higher, much more difficult for him to catch up on. The one big unit that I was really worried about also was his fire prism, because it had a lot of AP2, AP3 weaponry, and I used the Legion of the Damned to take care of the fire prism. The Legion of the Damned has been an amazing unit right now. I've been running it with a multi-melta, a plasma gun, and a combi plasma, and with Ignores Cover, they've just been doing every game, making their points plus and taking out key units that can really damage my Centurions and my other high cost units. They've been phenomenal. The Thunderfire cannons have been great as a whole. It really helps if they're prescienced, and get those rerolls at twin linking, and just kind of going on the game. It got to the point where he was trying to get using a Seer Council to get more points. And I think he got a little greedy. He popped off the Baron to chase down some guys, and that ended up dying to his shooting. And he charged his hit and run list Seer Council into my attack bikes that made a ton of their saves. And I lost one guy, and my attack bikes hit and ran out of there, and I was able to use those attack bikes to go get other smaller units, which is kind of what they're there for, to pick off those small squads that a lot of people are running. And they've been pretty decent at that so far. They were great this game. So just kind of going into it, I ended up having to throw my Chapter Master and bikes in there, and it was just a grind. I mean, even with I got another Tech Marine in there with 6 to 8 AP2 basically power fist attacks with the Thunderhammer and the servo arms from the Tech Marine. He was making invulnerable saves left and right. I don't think he lost a single Warlock by the end of the game, and I just did my best to tie up that unit as much as I possibly could and focus on everything else, trying to get as many kill points and picking off his small units. It was interesting because we both kind of had a min-max type of thing with a lot of small killable units, and I think I was just able to grind those out faster than he was able to grind mine out. The Flamer bikes, so some things about my list. Flamer bikes, they failed at every game. They just die. I haven't been able to do what I would like them to do, so I'm kind of unsure about them. And kind of talking to him afterwards, the thing that would have really hurt him even more is if I was able to get perfect timing. And I'm finding that my Dark Angels librarian isn't as needed as I thought he was with that power field generator. So I'm going to be switching back to Tigurius and trying that out a little bit more, because Tigurius should enable me to be more versatile against different types of lists. So if I'm facing Tau with a lot of AP2, I can go for Forewarning. If I'm facing other people that I really want that perfect timing, I can go for that. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. So thanks for watching the latest Captain A video battle report.